Well, Happy New Year, dear viewer. Hope you've had a nice Christmas and all the best for 2024. I'm recording this on the 1st of January 2024 because I got a new present, which you will have already seen, which is my good friend and top bloke Andrew Glazebrook AI'd me a shop front for my Mystery Models place of work, if you like. And yes, so from now on, whenever I've got a modelling project, you've got to imagine I'm in there, bashing it out in there, so to speak. All right. So yeah, I wanted to try it out. I want to see what it looks like. I haven't got a modelling project for you today because I am in the process of doing a modelling project which has been stalling for about a month, and eventually it will come out. Most probably it'll be the next video after this. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. But hopefully before long, within the next week or two, that it will be done, and I'll be back with a video on that. So, but for today, you might be looking at this and go, hang on a minute, seen this before? Yes, you have. I've done a video on this book a while back. This is one of the books which were very key to me in my formative years, getting me into anything to do with, you know, horror, fantasy, science fiction, etc., etc. And you know, so many people talk about, you know, the books of Dennis Gifford, and yeah, they were incredibly impactful and important to people of my generation and younger, I suppose. Produced by Hamlin Books. Good old Dennis Gifford. He done a whole slew of them, but he wasn't the only one, and that's what we're going to look at today. As I say, this was a very good introduction to me for the vast extent of horror movies that had been out, and that's horror movies, not Dennis Gifford. He did do that little book, the very first one that I ever encountered, which I've done before, but at the same time, a contemporary of his was Philip Strick. Here he is. Philip Strick, exactly the same time as Dennis Gifford, because the books are exactly the same cost, right? You can see there, £2.95 UK price. This is produced by Hamlin Books. At the same time, you had Octopus Books, and yeah, this is £2.95 as well. All right, and same format as what Dennis was doing, not in depth, but you don't want in depth. What you want is photos and a little bit of a description about what you've just been looking at, especially as a lot of the times in these books there are images, photos that you've never seen before, right? And this was important to me because yeah, it's science fiction movies. You would think it would be full of spacecraft, etc., etc. It's not. It's a strange book, this, in that it goes into places you wouldn't think it would go into. And there are images in here which had a big impact on me. And, you know, back in the days when all you had was books, so you would study photos over and over again. And a lot of the photos in here are films that I've since seen. Oh, by the way, I bought this in 1976, all right, and I've had it since 1976. So I was 14 when I got this book. So what I've done today, I've post-it noted some pages, and I'll just show you why this was an important book to me and what images had the most impact. All right, so we're going to go to the very first one. As I say, I've marked them all up, but I can't remember what order they're in. So, here we go. First one. A lot of these images, they're for films that I've still yet to see. But this guy with his mushed up face, this is Patricia Neal meets Michael Rennie's girlfriend. No, that's right. What are you talking about? You forgot the thing in brackets. Previous page. Talking about that image, not that image. Occupational hazards. Nancy Marshall attempts to recover her damaged robot astronaut, Robert Riley, while avoiding capture by aliens in Duel of the Space Monsters, 1965, which I haven't seen. But if he is a robot astronaut and it's called Duel of the Space Monsters, I've got a feeling that is a far sillier film than this rather evocative black and white photo is making it out to be. As I say, not seen it, have to try and find it. Maybe do it for Effectively Speaking. All right, so it's image number 1. Classic image there. I was always aware, I was already aware of this photo from the Dennis Gifford book from the early 70s, so not as impactful. Yeah, this one here, definitely. That's a fantastic publicity photo from Invaders from Mars. Okay, what we got next? We have got, oh yes, here we go, up here. Definitely talked about this. Me and my brother have talked about this on Effectively Speaking. This is Horror Express, which, if you haven't seen the film, seek it out. It's really worth it. I won't say any more, but yeah, it's kind of science fiction in that it turns out that it's an alien life form that was frozen in the ice tens of thousands of years ago and is can take you over mentally. All right, so yeah, kind of sort of science fiction. Yeah, here we go. Another image from something I've never seen. Right, up here we've got the Andromeda strain. Fine. Over here we've got Earth versus the flying saucers. But down here, these little fellas, they look a little bit like the Martians in the old Smash adverts, mashed potato adverts in the 70s. But according to this, these are intrepid astronauts Tau and Ro reach the ruins of Earth in certain prophecies, which is made by Hungario Film in 1968. I guess with YouTube now, it would be easy enough to go off and try and find this, but that's quite charming, isn't it? And unusual. Right, what's next? Yeah, pored over these two images. I was already aware of War of the Worlds. I might have even seen it by then, but to actually own colour photos of the war machines was pretty terrific. That shot of Ray Milland from The Man with the X-Ray Eyes, that was impactful. Still is now, isn't it? Then we've got, yeah, whole lot of brains in jars here, all right? So here we've got the final program, right? And here we've got Donovan's Brain, which was a great film. But this film I've never seen before. See that image there? It says George Colurius, Robert Hutton, Julia Arnold, and the head of Nostradamus in The Man Without a Body, Eros, 1957. Never seen that. Got to track that one down. Yeah, lovely colour photos from Fantastic Voyage. And we've got, yeah, one of the cars from the Cars That Ate Paris. I didn't realise at the time, but can you see here? I didn't realise this is a nighttime shot and that's actually just the tarmac on the road. I thought these were stars for the longest time. I thought this was a photo of a spiky Volkswagen Beetle in space. All right. Well, I was young, wasn't I? This photo, again, it's not really science fiction, all right? This is Cobra Woman from 1944. And I loved looking at this photo because I was just entranced by the craftsmanship of that statue. Look at the work that went into that. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Oh, and you've got Jacqueline Pierce up here as well from Hammer's the Reptile. Then we've got, yeah, long before I saw it and fell in love with it, I had seen an image from Hammer's The Lost Continent. Terrific film. Again, if you haven't seen it, it's one of Hammer's lesser known ones, but a lot of fun and rather bizarre. Speaking of which, this photo from Son of Godzilla, I wasn't aware at the time of a publicity thing called photo montage. I thought this was an actual shot from the film. It's not, is it? You've got like 3 different images all cut and pasted to make one publicity photo. So I found that very interesting. Big bugs. Always a fan of a big bug. So yeah, we've got tarantula, we've got the deadly mantis, and up here we've got Lynn Frederick's beautiful eyes. This is phase 4. All right. Again, a film I've never seen before, and apparently it's not that good. I think it's written by Spike Milligan, wasn't it? It says Dandy Nichols as Mrs. Ethel Schroke, the only traceable heir to the British throne in the bed-sitting room, from 1969. Yeah, apparently it's not a very good film, but I love the imagery here. You know, this I don't know what this is. It looks like it's like a god rather than a temple or anything, but it's made up of old washing machines and fridges, and then you've got a part of an aeroplane on the top, like the head of a robot or something. That's a fantastic image. Used to study that a lot. I'm sure if I did seek out the film, I'd be incredibly disappointed, but there you go. Yep, the colour of Rollerball, found that very, very alluring. Wondering what the heck was going on here in A Clockwork Orange. As I say, it's not very science fiction-y, is it? Oh boy, the green slime down here. Used to study that photo, thought that was terrific. Again, helped an awful lot by it being a black and white photo. When you watch the film in colour, it ain't so effective, is it? Nearly there. 2 shots here on this page. One, of course, from 2001, and it took me the longest time to realise that they've flipped the photo. It shouldn't be that way. It should be that way, shouldn't it? You know? But you've got to fit it on. And then this one from a film I've never seen, 1962, Planet of Storms. Okay? It's looking at that, the size of that log with the people on it, and it's like, how did they do that? Is that real? You know? I don't know. Still haven't seen it. And last image, classic publicity photo from This Island Earth with the mutant there. Again, works brilliantly in black and white. When you actually see it, I'm not running the film down. We will be featuring it on Effectively Speaking, and I'm not going to slag it off. But this is a case of brilliant in black and white, not so good in colour. All right, and that's it. Pretty much done. We've just finished with Gort. So yeah, just a quick little video just to bring you up to speed on this book. Well worth it. I don't know. I'm sure it's not really worth anything. I'm sure you can get it quite cheaply on eBay, but it meant a lot to me when I was younger, and that's why I've still got it in my collection.